Drake and Kendrick, folks.
So let me. Can I jump on this? No.
Mustard!
Let me
Have you
talk on
heard
this.
this new song, Man in the Garden?
No.
You need to hear it.
Let me. Of course I have. I've listened to the whole
Beautiful.
GNX album. Let me tell you something, right?
So tell the audience your take on this feud
Kendrick
/lawsuit.
Kendrick Lamar is not to be played with. Kendrick Lamar literally had a snippet of a song before his last song, the one where he They Not Like Us.
Yeah.
Right? Now there's a little snippet of a song before that song comes and plays. Well,
Yeah.
for the video,
Yeah.
right? No, that song is the second song on his new album, GNX, right? It's called Squabble Up. Let me tell you something, right? He has a song. The first song is called Whacked Out Murals.
That's a new album
What?
that dropped.
Yes. Whacked Out Murals is where he literally says, listen, before I was telling and disrespecting one person, right now I'm doing it all plural, right? When he dropped song, he made a line and said, listen, he used to bump the Carter 3. He was rocking his chain, and then he's like, the irony, even my hard work let Lil Wayne down. And I'm like, what?
And then people were talking about if he really want Lil Wayne to come for him.
Lil Wayne cannot go bar for bar with Kendrick Lamar.
You don't
Shout
think
out to, and I have a lot of respect for
You're gonna get
Wayne
beat
Carter.
up in the comments for that.
I have a lot of respect.
Lil Wayne is harder than
You're gonna
Nigerian
get
here.
I have
in the
a
comments
lot
for
of
that.
respect
No, say it
for
with your
Wayne.
chest again. Say it
Okay,
with your
let me say
chest
something.
again.
I have a lot of respect for Dwayne Carter Jr. But lyrically, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth will eat his food. Eat his food.
Hold on. And then Shanta, we're going to come to Glenn. What's your take on this?
I second it, right? Well, I second what Naik said.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of respect for him, for Lil Wayne, but
Lyrically,
Kendrick, no.
next level.
Yo,
you
play.
think Drake
Let me
should
tell
be
you.
suing?
Let me tell y'all, right?
Chantel, considering that you like Drake,
Who said that?
we have receipts from the shows.
Who said that?
Yeah,
You-
receipts.
I told
We
you
have a lot of
guys,
receipts.
Kendrick. Drake is a really great artist, and like some of
You
his
don't like
songs,
him?
it's a good song to get drunk to, it's a good song to have sex to, it's a good
Yeah.
song to get high to. That's no problem. I get that. But I've always liked Kendrick. Let's be clear about that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't-
sorry.
Can
So
I,
why do you guys
No,
make it
no,
a
no,
lawsuit?
no.
go, no, I wasn't finished what I was
think-
saying.
Oh,
Alright,
sorry,
let
sorry,
Naeem go,
sorry,
then I'll
sorry,
go.
sorry.
I was finished what I was saying.
Sorry, I
I'm telling you. No, because I've deciphered this album very succinctly. I've read all of the lyrics.
I've broken everything.
Well, on a
down.
how whole day.
Okay,
On a how whole day.
Yeah,
Summarize
yeah,
some
you-
people
you
in
You
there.
listen to the scripture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting moist. So here what?
I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot.
So here what? Kendrick literally tells everybody that listen, this is not for fun anymore. I don't care about who were friends with me, because he realized from this last beef, he knows who his friends are and who he can never talk to again. When he remember, he had a pop-out concert called the Pop-Out Show.
Yeah.
Snoop wasn't there. But he mentioned on that same Whacked Out Mural song that he's like, he saw Snoop repost a song that Kendrick had done where he had the AI voices of Snoop Dogg and Tupac. And he said, listen, I thought it was the edibles, Snoop. Snoop would try to catch himself by responding and said, yes, Ken, it was the edibles. But the fact of the matter is, Kendrick Lamar feel one type of way because you know why? He's one of those elders, and Kendrick is doing something that a lot of people
For the
don't know.
culture.
And Kendrick is doing something that a lot of people don't realize what he's doing.
Who's been repping West Coast for so long but Snoop?
He's bridging this gap that West Coast is his. Listen, his album is so West Coast, right, Colin? There's no boom bap. His album is so West Coast that he has a song over Tupac beat in the cadence of Tupac. The same rapping cadence, Tupac. You understand? His album is so West Coast that on the Pop-Out Show he had on all red. On the video for Squabble Up, he's wearing all blue. So whose side is he on? Is he a Crip?
He's
Is
on
he
West
a Blood?
Coast side.
He's West Coast.
Exactly.
His belt buckle is made up of pins of every borough and every city in LA. His belt buckle is made up of pins from every part of LA. Let me say, right? This album is so put together so nicely, right? And the things that he's saying in this album and everything, he's like, listen, I don't care about the friendship thing. He even has like a third party song where he's like, he's talking to himself, and then it's like he's talking to God, and God is telling him, So tell me more. What are you trying to do? And he's like, oh, I'm trying to bring everybody together. And then I'm trying to bring love to the West Coast, and then here God respond, but you love I'm trying to bring love to my city, and here God respond, but you love war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, listen, that's all I'm gonna say. And let me tell you another thing. Drake is now suing
That's
Universal.
Yes, that's
Music
what I'm
Group.
going.
Wait, but
Talk about that.
before
We wanna
before we
talk
get
about
there,
that.
we're still on Kendrick and GNX, right? From since the Not Like Us, from since the whole beef, everything else coming out of that just seems so coordinated, almost like by design. Everything like set up from the video that was launched, how it was produced, when it was launched, who was involved in it, to
And the visuals in it too.
everything as that come out of that. You look at how he handled the launching of his album.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at the message that's being brought forth. You listen to him speak on these things, and clearly, as you mentioned, the unity of the West Coast is priority for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's great because it builds off of the legacy that Snoop was doing. Not to say that there were others that were fighting for the same mission, but we're speaking about those who are most prominent and in the limelight.
Mhm.
And there has not been anybody more prominent than Snoop advocating for peace amongst
I'm gonna argue Nipsey as well, because
Nipsey,
Nipsey
yeah,
did
yeah.
make sure he's a Crip, and he made sure he did a song with YG, who's predominantly a Blood, and they had a song together and stuff like that. YG is popular for that F Donald Trump song, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm honestly just grateful that he's on that tip, right? And he's pushing for that. And so I haven't fully explored the album as yet. I've just been listening to bits and pieces of it. I haven't really sat down with it, but from what I've heard, really,
Luther.
really good.
Man at the Garden.
See that Luther song?
All right, my turn. Thank you guys. You guys always take over show. I'm really happy. I find it really funny that Drake's suing Kendrick. You can't tell me his feelings not hurt.
He's not
That
suing Kendrick.
song-
He's not suing Kendrick. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Read between the lines.
He's not suing Kendrick.
He's not suing Kendrick, right? What is he suing? What's
He's
the reason?
suing Kendrick. He's suing Universal Music Group because he says that Universal Music Group
Artificially
and
inflated.
Spotify, when people go and search his songs, they would play a half of his song, and then they will go directly to Not Like Us. He also suing Universal Music Group for when people go and search for his songs, that they'll pull his catalog down, and then if they play one of his songs, they play about 5 Kendrick songs right after. Now, this is the biggest dry snitching thing I've ever seen in my life. He's so specific with what Universal Music Group has been doing against him, right? When years and years and years people have been saying that Universal Music Group,
He's doing the same
when
thing
other
for
people
with him.
and Spotify, which a lot of people have been taking their catalogs off of, in the RE,
Yeah, yeah.
Dre,
Because
a
of the
lot
same
of these
thing.
people, they said that when people go and search their songs, you know what comes up? Aubrey, Drake, Graham songs. So, if you're suing your music group for this specific, very, very specific thing that was now working against you, what does that mean?
He's a
To
newbie.
me,
He can't
it
take
shows
no being one
me
of the
that they were
greatest.
doing it with you.
And you
No,
knew
it's
about
not
it.
working with
And you knew
you.
about
What
it.
if y'all don't realize that Kendrick is now becoming the hottest? So what if it's like the case where Drake can't handle that he's no longer the hottest thing? That not
It's that
like
Nicki,
us.
it's that Nicki Minaj thing again.
That not like, yeah, that's what I just said. He's becoming a Nicki. That not like us messed him
It did.
up.
It did.